Welcome to another episode, Change Tomorrow Today. It's always a treat when the gentlemen's meet.
Church.
I'm your host, Al.
Man, y'all know me. I'm Ralph, baby, and I got my partner, man, my player partner, Major, with me, man.
What's going on?
What's going on, Major? It's always a pleasure, man, to
blessed.
conversate with you, man. You know what I'm
Good to
saying?
be
So,
here. Thank you.
you know, Major is a very important person in our community, in the black community, man. You know, Major been through a lot of different things, but he always managed to stay who he is, and he's always progressing. And let's introduce you. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself to the people, and then after that we'll get to more questions, man.
That's what it is,
Yeah.
man. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Ralph, Al.
Yes.
What's up? Audience, everybody. They call me Major Gage. I'm a former artist, also a producer. I wear many hats, you know. And I'm really out here right now in the podcast space. I have a podcast that I'm a part of called Manversations 2020. And my brother Ralph hit me up not too long ago. He was like, hey, you know, we want you to come on, brother, because, you know, you do a lot of things out here in the community.
Yeah.
You have a powerful voice, and the people just kind of really, you know, need to hear what you have to say, because you're a strong and outspoken black masculine male.
Yeah, yeah.
And that is something that we really, really are lacking out here in the community, those voices. You know, anytime that you speak up and, you know, you're promoting progressive manhood, or you're promoting manhood in any capacity, really, you know, people shout you down and they start trying to say that, oh, you represent toxic masculinity, or you represent toxicity, this and that, so forth and so on. So, like, we need brothers out here in the community that are teaching.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah,
brothers that are, you know, having, you know, progressive thoughts, brothers that are talking about positive things, brothers that are talking about nation building,
Elevating.
you know, building the community,
Yes.
and helping us direct our energy into things that are going to bear fruit.
Yes.
Things that are going to be meaningful, you know, leaving a legacy.
Yeah.
Being there for our families.
Yeah.
Protecting, providing, so forth and so on. So I'm really here to have that conversation, man, because I feel like at the end of the day, you two brothers, you know, we're very much on the same
Oh, no,
wavelength.
we are. We
You
are.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you know, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Why not?
why not?
Right.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
You know, if we're not men who are standing up and being counted and getting out in front of issues, then we're not men.
Bingo.
You know what
Bingo.
I'm saying? That's kind of where I come in. You know what I'm saying? I saw the same. I started my podcast, or me and my brother started our podcast for the same reasons that y'all do, because it's like, man, we see the destruction and the decay and so forth every day. Sometimes I go online, I see it literally hourly. You're just seeing post after post after post. Ignorance here, ignorance there, here ignorance, there ignorance, everywhere ignorance. It's like, bruh, who is checking this?
Nobody's checking
Nobody.
it.
There's no balance.
And it's only coming down our pipeline.
Real talk.
It's only coming down the black pipeline.
It's unfortunate,
Yeah.
but that's, well, I mean, you know, there's ignorance in, you know, the other community
Yeah,
too.
but it's fed, man, with
But
a big
it's-
spoon on this side.
it is fed with a big spoon. And a lot
So, but before we get into all of that,
Sure.
Major, tell me, where you from?
I'm from here.
Oh, he's from Miami.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your nationality?
Well, I am many things, but the short story is my father's from Africa. He's from Africa, from
Okay.
Kenya. My mother's foundational Black American.
Okay.
I have some, you know, even they have some mixtures in their backgrounds, but that's the direct answer. You know, my dad is African, my mother's foundational.
Oh, so your father moved over here?
Yes.
Okay. So I was like living in that household with your father being from Kenya and your mom being American.
Was.
Because it's like two different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the
State.
thing. The household really, it didn't really, you know, they broke up, split up when I was very, very young. So I didn't really get to experience them living in the household together. But I did get to experience, you know, living, you know, in the household of my mother and in the household of my father, whatever
Okay.
the case may be. After a certain age, I think I heard you say on one of your shows, probably the last one, I think, similar to your situation, I think. My mother sent me to go live with my father when I got to a certain age. I think that was you.
No,
That was okay, my bad. But my mother sent me to go live with my father when I got to a certain age. So you know, it was very interesting. And he had another African woman with him at that time. So everybody in that household was from Africa and I was the American, right? And so that was interesting. It was because, you really, my dad, he was hardcore with it too. Like he would tell me, you do this like a man, eat like a man. I didn't know
Eat like a
that
man.
meant. Yes.
What does that mean? What does that mean, bro?
Like when I was a kid, I used to, I didn't finish all the meat on my bone.
Oh,
You know what I'm
okay,
saying? It's
okay,
like,
okay.
hey, you eat it like a woman. Eat like a man. You know what? You know what I'm saying? Like things like that. And like, even when I was a young kid, I had to slaughter a goat. I had to slaughter a goat, to as my initiation, like it's a manhood.
To becoming a man, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Go ahead. You want to say something?
No, go ahead,
Oh, yeah.
brother.
So I had to, I had to slaughter a goat, and I didn't really get what that meant until later. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I did something to
A rite of passage, yeah.
a
your
rite of passage
to
that says,
becoming
okay,
a man.
becoming a man, whatever the case. And he used to always drill these things.
Your first
into my
kill,
head.
your first kill, yeah.
First
first
kill.
Survival skills.
Yeah, your first kill.
Real talk.
Yeah.
It's a little different, but I would say I also have to give my mother credit because my mother, she met another gentleman, whatever the case may be, a stepfather, and even in the household that I was in with my mother for the time that they were together, the gentleman who was there, he taught me a lot of stuff about manhood too.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it on both sides, I had a lot of masculine, positive energy being pumped into me, because he sat me down, made a list, priorities, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, responsibilities, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he taught me what priorities were, what responsibilities were, about keeping your word and the importance of that, and so forth. Literally sat me down and made a list and taught me these things. You know what I'm saying? Taught me about the game of football, drew a diagram because I used to see the people on TV playing like, okay, well, what's this? It's a kind of a complicated game if you're a kid and you don't really know.
Yeah.
But I liked it. And he's like, hey, let me explain to you what every position was, what every man does, and so forth. It's 11 players on the team. Made all the circles, put the names of the positions, and explained it to me. Taught me how to play chess when I was 5. You know what I'm saying? Like all of these things, you don't realize it then, but it contributes to how powerful you become later on.
Yes, of course.
Or not. Because if you don't have that, then it ends up being something else.
Right.
Now, also on the flip side of that, I had very, very strong, intelligent women. Okay. And when I say strong and intelligent, I'm not talking about this strong and independent myth of a woman. I'm talking about women who were a part of the civil rights struggle and the movement. I'm talking about women who have deep intellectual capacity, women who are supportive first and foremost of their men. Yeah. These are the type of women I grew up with. My mother, my grandmother, my great-grandmother. Powerful, powerful sisters that I grew up under, and I have to say my grandmother, aside from these 2 men that I'm talking about, that would be the next person that really, really gave me a lot of game. And it hits different when it comes from a woman. I can't even explain it. It hits very different, but it was powerful, man. It was an experience. I loved growing up, man. I love, my experience growing up. I think it's very unique, and my grandmother, if I could compare her to anybody, it'd be like to Malcolm X.
Wow. She was powerful.
She was powerful, man. If you sat down with my grandmother for 5 minutes, you was going to get a history lesson.
Yeah, you're going to learn something.
Don't matter who you was. Yeah. My great-grandmother the same way. She was a little different. She was a hurricane. She was a real feisty older lady. She died when she was 100.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? But like life. she was, but
it's from your mother's side.
That's like my mother's side, exactly. Like on my father's side, I don't know my grandfather. I mean, I know of him. He's still alive, by the way. Okay. And my grandmother, whatever the case may be, they're still in Kenya.
Oh, okay.
Most of my family, overwhelmingly, they're still in Kenya.
Oh, okay.
Got maybe about 40, 50 family members over there.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So man, being that man, you seem like you was like kind of like being God put you in a position to where your molding from an early age was very important, right?
Yes.
You had strong men around you and strong women.
Yes.
So you have the duality of both. But explain to me, man, later on, how did you get involved with music, bro? Because because I see your posters all around North Miami.
Yes.
And
yes.
so you saying what you just said, how did that correlate to you getting involved in rapping, bro?
Listen, man, it started in Liberty City. Really.
Okay.
It started in the city because like I've lived in a few different cities. But here in Miami, I lived in Liberty City, Brown Sub to be exact. It's a
Okay.
part of Liberty
The
City.
subs,
Yeah, the sub. And the Cultural Arts Center. You know what that's
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
that.
yeah.
62nd.
Yeah, 62nd.
My mother got me into creative writing and African drumming classes when I was about 6, 7 years old.
Okay.
And that creative writing took off, because I always loved hip hop. I am a hip hop fanatic. Anybody who knows me knows, I am all into hip hop, left, right, back and forward, up, down. I get down. So, when I got into the creative writing, I used to write little stories and poems and all that, but those poems quickly became rap songs. And I started performing those rap songs. I was performing rap songs when I was literally in elementary school. You know what I'm saying? And people were like, bro, you can spit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially for a cat from Miami, because then and still now to a certain extent, a lot of cats from Miami, they not really lyrical like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We never really had a sound in
We
Miami.
never really had.
Still
We
don't.
never had a
Still-
sound.
still really don't have
we
a
had
sound.
we had a sound, but it was booty music.
Right.
No, but
bass
that's
music,
no,
but
no, we're not. Man, we don't recognize.
you know,
did.
I don't recognize
It ain't hip hop.
that. Right.
You know what I'm
It ain't-
saying?
it ain't.
We don't recognize that. We don't have a sound yet.
Yeah.
Man.
It's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they're like, bro, you could really spit, like lyrical. Like, man, you got people who was older than me was like, bro, where you learn all these words? You know what I'm saying? So, but I had a habit, even when I was a young child, of reading the dictionary. I've read the dictionary several times, so my vocabulary got very extensive, and that helps when you rapping.
Yeah.
And so I started writing rap songs, da 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 da. Got offered a few record deals. My first record deal I got offered from Columbia Records. I was in 8th grade. Yeah, the guy came to my house, talked to my mom, whatever the case may be, sat her down, tried to convince her to push me to, sign a record deal because they was gonna market me like Tevin Campbell, who was the hot singer back then. It's like, but I'm a baby Rakim at that time. You ain't gonna market me. You ain't gonna market me like no Tevin Campbell. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? It was that type of thing. So even then, because what people don't understand about the industry is a machine. It's a cookie cutter, type of vicious machine. They don't want you to be too original. They don't want you to do you, so to speak. They have this formulaic mold that they want to try to put you in. And that's what they were trying to do with me. So I turned the record deal down. I was 13 years old, turning down record deals. Advance money, I think the advance was like $80,000. That's a good amount of money.
Back
For a
then, of course,
13-year-old.
back then too, there was a lot of
Back then,
Yeah.
for a 13-year-old, that's what you talk about advancing. I'm like, nah, I'm straight. So yeah, that's that in a nutshell. That's how I got into music, through writing, creative writing, and African drumming. You put the two together, you start writing your little
Yeah,
raps.
you getting hip hop. That's
Yeah,
hip hop.
you
You got your little beat too, because you're doing drumming.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Why the name Major Gage?
Major. I always wanted to be a major figure in life. Gage means glory accomplished under God's energy. So you put the two together. See, I used to be real heavy into guns. You know what I'm saying? So all my partners used to want to call me Gage.
Okay.
I liked that, because, I'm full of piss and vinegar. I'm a young cat, whatever. But I wanted to make sure I flipped it and made it into something positive, because I could see how that connotation could be, taken to be a negative thing, So I wanted to make sure I made an acronym out of the Gage. So I put the two together, and that's where the name came from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Yeah, because like I said, I remember vividly, man, being in North Miami, bro. I think it was a studio out there too. I can't remember the name of the studio at the time.
Clever Records Studio.
Was it Clever
I
Records?
think so.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to
Clever.
Clever Records. They
You was
some
with
good
them. You was
guys.
with
I was signed to Clever Records.
you was
Yes, I
signed to
was.
Clever Records.
Yes.
Yeah, because I remember going in that studio, just going around with different artists and just peeping the equipment and stuff, trying to learn
Yes.
the back end of everything.
Mhm.
And then that's where I actually first saw your poster.
Uh-huh.
And I was looking, I'm like, Major Gage. I'm like, okay. So I was talking to the engineer or whatever, and he's like, yeah, man, you never heard of me? I said, no. So he started playing me some stuff. I'm like, okay. Okay. And then soon after, I think we linked up and we met or whatever.
We did.
Yeah, we linked up. And I was like, okay, you got something going on,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Very
Yeah,
positive.
I
You know,
appreciate
yeah,
that.
very powerful, man. It seems like that's your aura, though.
Yes.
Right, that's your thing. So now you no longer involved in music. You moved to a different department in life. You left that alone.
Well, sort of, kind of, right? I still produce.
Yeah,
You know,
okay.
and every now and again, I'll put some tracks up and I'll sell them or whatever. Or sometimes I'll just, give an artist some tracks, whatever. But so I'm not out of music, but it's more of a hobby now.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because I just can't stop making music. In the middle of the night, I get a concept for a track in my head, like the drums, the bass line, everything, the melody. It just pops in my head. Okay, well, I gotta get up and go lay this down. You know what I mean? So I can't stop doing music. I just can't. But music, I made a choice to stop doing music. I would say maybe about 10 years ago.
Why is
something like
that?
Because there's a number of reasons, right? But what I started to find out is that the music industry, particularly, namely hip hop, because I don't really rock with any other type of music like that, but it's almost 100% payola at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of people don't understand. You wonder how all these whack artists get on the radio because somebody's paying to play that whack music. That's the long and short of it. Now, some of them are good too, but even still, you gotta pay to play. Period. And
especially on when you're up and coming.
Oh man,
Like you don't have no major backing, you don't have no big player behind you. You got to come out the pocket for
they
everything.
gonna hit you in the head.
Yeah, for everything.
And I started realizing that and seeing it, and I started seeing people around me do all kinds of unscrupulous things that I was never going to do to get radio play.
But let me ask you this question though, Major.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, go ahead.
You ever thought about being an A&R, scouting talent?
Not really.
Because it seems like you have a really good ear for music.
Thank you. Not really. But you know what? That might be something I gotta check out right there because I know what it is. My thing is, again, I would have to be an A&R for some folks that really had a machine behind them. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Because even still, you could have the ear, you can have, the know-how, whatever the case may be. But man, they are going to hit you in the head before you get any access to any airwaves anywhere.
Got it.
And that really disgusted me because I would see all these ultra talented people. They just couldn't get no love, no way, no how. You know what I'm saying? And all these busters with no talent was getting on.
But you remember you said you got to pay to play. So a lot of these people that busters and that they were
Of course.
they were doing some strange things.
Yes. Well,
To get to-
you're going to pay one way or the other. I'm going to
Well,
just say
you
it like
gonna
that.
pay, but and it's funny too, man. Like because even at the lowest stage, the DJs in the strip clubs or
Yeah,
whatever, they got their hands out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Open mics, when you go to open, everybody got their hands out. Because I used to be really involved in the Miami. Used to be
Yes.
everywhere, just watching, observing. Because I'm trying to learn how to navigate through this jungle that I'm trying to get into.
Yeah.
And I used to just peep, man. And I'm like, wow, okay. So it's either you're gonna have the relationship, and the relationship gonna be solid, or you're just gonna have to pay your way. But it's gonna take time to build the relationship. So you're gonna have to invest time. Or you can just come out the pocket. You gotta pick and choose. Right? Man, and you be watching, like you said, talented dudes, man, but they don't really got it like that.
Yeah.
They got a hard track. They won't play it, bro.
No.
They want that money. They want that money from them boys. I seen a lot of talented brothers, like you said, just walk away like, man, forget this, bro. I ain't dealing with this no more.
Because of integrity. That's my thing. If I was to pick one word to represent who I am, it's integrity. You understand? Because I'm not selling my soul. It's not for sale. You understand what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
And, you know, the type of things that I've seen people do and the type of suggested things, you know what I'm saying? I mean, bro, you would just, I've sit up here looking at these people like they got 3 heads. I mean, it was my former CEO, God bless him, he meant well. You know what I'm saying?
He meant well.
Yeah, you know, some of the things he used to say to me, bro, like, you know, yeah, you know, we need to get some tats on you. That's not something that I'm not going to put tattoos, something permanent all over my body to create a look that you think and the industry thinks is marketable. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If I put tattoos on my body, it's going to be something meaningful because I decided to put them on my body.
Yeah.
You know, and I had to check him a few times. You know what I'm saying? Like I told him, like, yo, I don't brown nose, bro. You know what I'm saying? I told my CEO this straight up. Like certain things you just need to know you don't even ask me at all. Yeah. You know, because I'm not doing it. Mm-hmm. And when you see the type of outrageous things that some of these cats do, wow. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm not doing any of that. Don't even, if you address me, if you ask me to do some of these things, I'm going to smack you upside your head. Like we're not doing that.
And you see, that's part of the reason why Miami doesn't have a sound. Because Miami is the only state. Like, Atlanta's not like that. Right, you see a lot of dudes move to Atlanta, and then they'll blow up.
And they get on.
Yeah, you see a lot of dudes they'll go to New York, and Miami's the only place, bro, where everybody, dog, that's supposed to be pushing good music is like this. Before I play your music, you gotta pay me up. And it's not meant to be like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's meant, as a DJ, I understand you trying to hustle, right? But you're a DJ. Your job is to push good music. Yeah. That's your job. Yeah. And you might as well say could be an A&R too, because you're discovering good artists and you putting people on. Right. But these jokers, man, they got their hands out, man. And I never understood why. I never understood why, bro. Like,
let me go ahead, but before I forget this. I just want to go ahead and shout out City of Angels Records. You know what I'm saying? I want to go ahead and shout them out.
Silly, man.
Yeah, I want to shout out City of Angels Records in the building.
Yeah, you know how
Artist
goes,
Mecca.
Mecca was hard,
She
bro.
was hard, bro.
Mecca was hard.
This man had his own label.
Man, I had raw artists, man. Yeah. Like I say, man, but you know, God, man, God is great in all things. That, you know, when I kind of lost everything, and I was really upset because I'm like, damn, man, one bad move. I never really understood it, you know. But the more I started, you know, reflecting on everything, I started realizing, bro, it wasn't gonna be a good thing for me to make it in the music business because I had so many different people around me. Gotcha. You know, I had different personalities of people. I had people that had no consciousness. I had people that, you know, and you imagine, you know, and this is not telling kids to do this or anything. Yeah. You imagine you drinking all the time. You drinking, you're getting high all the time. And then you got so many people around you, right? And you have the opportunity to gain so much power. Yeah. Right? And that kind of like could go to your head.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
You used to say that all the time, bro.
Yeah, all the time, bro. And then my partners that I had around me that I called it my trusted circle, we had nothing but bad plans, bro. And when I say bad plans, I don't mean like we was gonna blow them. I mean like we had bad plans to multiply the money in ways that we had no business thinking about doing. Because at the end of the day, it would have been like, you know, we're here. Like there's no need to even bring streets into. Well,
true.
But I was so young, bro. So when I lost it all, and I apologize to Mecca, man, because you know I didn't get a chance to do what I wanted to do with her. Yeah. Same thing with my boy Figaro, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Serenade, you know what I mean? And Wild Child was man, he's special, bro. Okay. Like it was man.
Figaro, Larage Car? Is that who you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know Figaro. Yeah. I know that was your artist. Okay.
No, he was an affiliate. That's my brother.
Okay.
No, he got his own entity.
Solid guy.
But you know, he's affiliated, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's my brother. You know what I mean?
Guy.
Yeah, that's my man. That's my, you know, so when I think about it, I thank God for that mishap.
Yeah.
You know, because
man, I'm here with you, bro. I'm here. But yeah, that to go back to that.
His Angels, remember His Angels, the girls promo
Yes.
team, man. I'm
Yes.
talking about, man, we had it together, bro. I'm talking, man, bro, it was a time to be alive.
It was
Hey,
fly.
I can imagine, man.
It was fly. It was a whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So
Yeah, it was.
and it made sense that we would have bumped heads. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Because
yeah.
we both had, you know.
Yeah, we was mixing up, you know what I mean, in the same realm, man.
Yeah.
The same realm. Because, you know, it's so often you get to meet real people, bro.
Yeah.
Because some people are just stooges. Like, there's no thought. They'll do anything.
Got it.
I like anything. And to me, that's weird.
Like, yes, man.
No, not forget yes man. I mean, like, they'll do anything to get on. Forget a yes man. I mean, they'll do anything
Yeah.
to have that mic in their hand to get on. Anything.
Anything.
And to me, that was like that's worrisome, because it's like you have no integrity. You don't have no you have nothing. The only thing you can see is, I want this and I'll do anything. I'll cough and bend over and cough if I got whatever you ask me to do.
Real talk.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It was weird to me, bro. You know what
Crazy.
I'm saying? So I kept, you know, good, solid people around me. You know what I mean? Like, we're not with the weirds.
Gotcha. So let me ask you a question,
Yeah.
Major. So what are you up to now? Like,
Right now, mostly, you know, I'm like Ralph said, man, I'm corporate.
Yeah, you are.
I'm
You are.
on a straight and narrow.
Yeah, you
know.
did.
I work. You know, I work quite a bit.
Staying out of the way.
Staying out of trouble. Remodeling my house right now. I bought a home, got married. Like, I did all the adult things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That you're supposed to do. Bought a home recently too. Like, I bought a home. I think in 2019, I bought a home. Nice place, you know, in a nice neighborhood where people wear pajamas and live life slow. That type of thing. You feel me? I work. You know, a professional job, whatever the case may be.
You're in IT, right?
Yes, I'm in IT.
Oh, okay.
You know, very different from what the average former rapper, you know, is doing, you know, especially rappers that came up in Brown Sub, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
then when I was out west, you know, I was, you know, around some characters too, you know what I'm saying? And that was during the Straight Outta Compton days. Imagine you growing up during that time in that environment, you know. But yeah, now I'm doing IT.
Oh, you was
so
out
what made
west?
you get into IT?
yeah, huh?
What made you get into IT?
Well, I've always kept, through all of my stuff, it's kind of one of the things that set me aside from a lot of the other rappers, right? I always kept a job. Always. I don't give a damn what show you got, what it's paying. I'll go there, I'll do the show, make the money. I'm gonna be back here by Monday so that I can be on time for work, X, Y, Z. So, you feel me? So this is, and you know, I had a job. I started entry level.
Okay.
Entry level, got promoted. After my third promotion, the position that I was in was a hybrid position. It was operations and IT.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, well, I'm saying I had no idea what I was stepping into when I accepted this position, bro. I got in that chair and I started looking cross-eyed at that screen like, oh my God, I'm gonna get fired. You know what I'm saying? But me being the man I am, instead of running from it, I learned from it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, I'm looking, because I've always been this kind of person, and this is kind of shady, but this is me, right? I always look at the people around me. And if I see people around me that are not as smart as me, I know I can do this. You know what I'm saying? And
That's not shady, bro. That's intelligence.
It's
bro.
real talk,
You have to
though.
look. Let me see the level of intelligence in here,
bruh.
Right?
And there was some really dumb people. I hate to say it, but I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Some really dumb people on this team, and I'm like,
If they can do it, I
If they
know
can
I
do
can
it.
do it.
You
I
can
know
do
I can do it, right?
You just apply yourself.
right. And I'm peeping game at the same time. I'm like, yo, I came into this company at entry level. I've been here for, at that time, like 12 years. You know, I left the company when I was there for 15 years. I'm like, yo, if something happened, I always think worst case, right? If something happened, I lost my job today. Damn, I gotta go back out and start from
Scratch.
zero.
Right.
I need to do something to make myself more valuable as a worker, as part of the workforce. So, you know, whatever. So not only did I start picking up the IT gems, the IT jewels, and talking to IT people, since I was already in the position, they got something called tuition reimbursement here.
Yeah.
Yo,
He said they got something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go to school and go learn what you need to
school
learn.
for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They reimburse you as long as you make either A or B. It's 100%.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
C, they still reimburse you 50%. Oh, okay. And this girl I was talking to at the time. It's the importance of having good women around you. She was in my ear. Hey, man, why you don't get on this tuition reimbursement? Go to school for
Go
free.
learn, yeah, go learn.
Yeah, why don't I? So I did it. And then not only did I, pick up the IT credentials and experience, I also picked up an IT degree on them. You know what I'm saying?
Smart.
So now, okay, I can afford to, pay for studio time and do all this stuff and do all that stuff because I got an actual skill.
That's one thing, man.
You
I remember
understand?
you being in the studio. Dog. You always Sunday night, if we're in there, you always say, "I got to go to work tomorrow, boy. Rob, I'm out."
Yeah.
And I used to be like, "You the only artist that used to come in the studio, bro.
Yeah.
That I've ever heard. No kidding, bro. Everybody else used to just be looking like, man, I'm trying to find a lick. I don't know what I'm. This man right here be like, well, brother, no matter where we at, if it's Sunday, well, brother, boom, I'm going to holler at you, but I'm saying, I got to get ready for work. When he first said, I was like, what?
Yeah.
I said, what you said? He said, work. I have a job. I said, because you don't expect to hear that, bro.
Yeah. Especially
You never
artists.
expect. He never asked for favors. Never, bro. Whatever was the fee. Never, bro. Never, bro.
That's it.
Yeah, never, bro. Like his face is always clean, bro.
Because I respect your time. I respect your industry. I respect you and what you do. So I'm going to pay the tab because that's just the right way to do things.
Yeah.
Again, it goes back to integrity. How you do one thing is how you do all things. Our brother Jason Black says that. Integrity first. I'm not going to have my face dirty out here, that nigga, he don't pay he don't pay his studio time.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. That's foul, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to always respect my brother the right way, the proper way, and carry myself in that capacity, even as a hip hop artist. A lot of these cats think, they're carrying yourself, like some kind of hood booger is a flex. You know what I'm saying? It's not. Because look, I'm from the hood.
Yeah.
I can tell you, it's
Yeah.
a lot of hood people out there with integrity, man.
Yeah.
They have pride. They're intelligent people. They're capable people. And, they don't allow the stereotypes of the hood to make them behave this certain way or put them in a box.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I find it insulting when, certain people come out here and, they behave in this caricature-like manner of what a person from the hood is.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I find that offensive because black people, a lot of times they call black areas the hood that are not even the hood. They
That's
just
not
call
even
it
hood,
the
just 'cause
because
it's
there's a
black.
bunch of
It's
black
black
people
Black
there.
people there, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bruh, you can have people, some of the people that I grew up with in Brown Sub. One of my guys, he was a senior accountant the last I checked. I saw him at my wedding. He's running a whole city now. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother Octavius. I see you. This dude is special.
Yeah.
You understand
man,
what I'm saying?
we're special people, bro.
We are
We're
special,
people.
exceptional people.
Yeah.
I know other cats. Myself, I'm an IT professional from the hood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I know other people, lawyers, doctors, surgeons at that.
Man, it's all
that came
about-
up in that same neighborhood, man.
It's not about what neighborhood you grew up in. It's
Yeah.
about your mind state.
Real talk. It ain't where you from, it's where you at. Rakim said that. You dig?
And and
Yeah.
to be honest with you, bro, from that history lesson you gave us of how you were growing up with
Yeah.
your dad,
Mhm.
your stepfather,
Mhm.
and then your mother. I think that's what prepped you to be the person that you are today.
Today.
I
You
definitely
see what I'm saying?
agree.
Like you said, your stepdad sat with you, list responsibilities, integrity. You know what I'm saying? He was breaking down these things to you. He was
Yeah.
putting those things in you.
Of course.
So you kept those, you know what I'm saying? That's why I always tell people it's very important what you put into a child from an early age, right?
True.
Because once they hit 5 years old, that's when you got to start drilling it.
Yeah.
Like my son is 8 turning 9.
Yeah.
My son was a micro preemie. He was born 1 pound 6 ounces, 24 weeks, very small. He was in the hospital for almost 8.5 months in the incubator. So my son, I don't treat him like, he's behind, because I observe him and I watch him.
Yeah.
He's very intelligent.
Yeah.
But if you play into that whole, he was a micro preemie, he's gonna play you.
Right.
So what I do is I sit him down, I teach him about the stock market.
Yeah.
I break stuff down to
Yes.
him. And my wife is like, at first she was like, you think he's gonna know that?
Mm.
Next day, come sit down, let me quiz you.
Mm.
I'm actually answering everything. She's like,
Yes. Yes.
I'm telling her, I'm like, don't let Pop-Pop play you, man. Pop-Pop out here just going around you like, oh.
That's all.
He running game on you, man. He is very smart, bro. Some words that little bro would say, my son would say, bro. We'll look, my wife would be like, did you teach him that? I said, no.
Wow.
He's just very intelligent, bro. But, you know, you have to do the educating. You can't rely on outside sources, the schools.
That TV.
You got to do that yourself. You got to put into your child what you want to put into them. And with that being said, that is episode 1 of Major Gage, man. You guys got to stay tuned for part 2, man. This was part 1. Part 2 is going to be so much more. We're going to go into politics. My brother here's, man, you guys have no idea what you got yourself into, man.
Major.
You're going to learn a whole lot today.
The real deal.
And it's going to be straight positivity and good loving, you know what I'm saying? We're going to upgrade you guys into give you guys major information, especially the ladies, man. We love the ladies.
Oh,
right?
yeah. We got to touch on the ladies.
We got to touch the ladies.
Big.
We love them. We love them very much.
We do.
We love the educated women. We love all the kind-hearted women. We love them all, right?
Right, we do.
So
we do.
with that being said, please, guys, stay tuned for part 2. Once again, this is my brother, Major Gage. I'm Ralph. This is Al.
I'm Al.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment, all right?
Change tomorrow today.
You know it. We love y'all.
And take your finger and like the button. Hit the like button. And subscribe. It don't
Smash
cost you
on
a
it.
thing.
Smash on it.
Love y'all.
Yeah.
Peace.
You cannot take my mind. You cannot take my heart. You cannot take my soul. You cannot take my goals. You cannot stop my time. You cannot stop my grind. What's mine will always be mine. I was born to be a fighter, left alone in the fire. Had no one to come and save me. Had to learn I have to save me. Mama.